Hello students, welcome to science class. This is your science teacher Neha Gandhi. Today we will start chapter 4, materials, metals and non-metals. In this chapter we will study about physical and chemical properties of metals and non-metals and their uses, right? Now let's start the chapter. You are familiar with number of materials like iron, aluminium, copper, etc. Some materials have been given in this table 4.1. See this table 4.1. In this table there are given some objects: iron, coal, sulfur, aluminium and copper. So what you have to do, students, you have to name the materials which are metals and which are non-metals. So non-metals and metals, they can be distinguished on the basis of their physical and chemical properties, right? So here in this table you have to distinguish these objects on the basis of their appearance and hardness level. For example, first is iron. We know that iron has shine and it is very hard, right? And the material which shine and which is hard, so this is the property of metals. So iron is metal. Okay, this is the physical properties of metal. Similarly here, second, coal and sulfur, they both are dull and they are not very hard. So this is the physical properties of non-metals. Next is aluminium and copper. Aluminium and copper, they both have shiny appearance and they both are hard. So that means they are also metals. Understood? So beta, we can distinguish metals and non-metals on the basis of their physical and chemical properties. Luster and hardness are physical properties. So let us discuss in details what are the physical properties of metals and non-metals. So have you ever seen a blacksmith beating an iron piece or an article made up of iron like spade or shovel or axe? We have seen beta the blacksmith, they used to beat this iron piece to make the different objects, tools like shovel and axe and spade, etc. So do you find a change in their shape? Whenever you beat these items, iron piece, there is a change in their shape on beating. Now would you expect similar change if you beat a piece of coal? If you beat a piece of coal, does its shape gets changed? No, its shapes does not get changed, but the shape of iron piece, it gets changed on beating, right? So the materials which can be beaten into thin sheets. Okay, so this is the property of metals. They have the property that they can be beaten into thin sheets, and this property of metal is known as malleability. Okay, what is this? Malleability. This is the property of metals that allows them to be beaten into thin sheets. Okay, now check this table for this activity 4.1. What you have to do beta, you have to take a small iron nail, coal piece, a piece of aluminium wire and a pencil lead. Okay, now beat all these items with hammer. You have to beat iron nail, coal piece, aluminium wire and pencil lead with the help of hammer, and then you have to observe that which of these following objects they change their shapes on beating. Okay, what you will observe, beta, you will see that the shape of iron nail and aluminium wire, it's change on beating. If they were beaten harder, then these could be changed into sheets. So you might be familiar with the silver foil which is used for decorating sweets. You might have seen that there are so many sweets in which silver foil is used to decorate it. Okay, for or this aluminium foil, it is used for wrapping the food, and this property of metal is known as malleability, the property by which metal can be beaten into thin sheets. Okay, so what is the first physical property of metals? That metals, they are malleable. Okay, metals, they are malleable. This is the first physical property of metals, and this is the characteristic property of metals, right? And materials like coal and pencil lead in this activity, this coal piece and pencil lead, these two materials, okay, they do not show this property, so they comes under non-metals. Non-metals, they are non-malleable because they cannot be beaten into thin sheets. Okay, now we will carry on towards the next property. To understand this, see this. Can you hold a hot metallic pan which is without plastic or wooden handle and not get hurt? Perhaps not. See beta, whenever you work in the kitchen, so the handles of cooker or metallic pan, they are made, either they are made of wood or they are made of plastics, because they are insulators, they are not good conductors of heat, and you does not get hurt. Okay, so you have to try to list some other experiences in which wooden or plastic handles, they protect you from being hurt while handling hot things. And on the basis of your experiences, what you can say about conduction of heat by wood and plastic? We know that wood and plastic, they are bad conductors of heat. Okay, that's why they are used to make the handles of fry pan or kitchen utensils, right? So you must have seen an electrician using his screwdriver. What kind of handle does it have? The handle of screwdriver is also either it is made of plastic or wood. Okay, so let us find out. From this activity 4.2, we will come to know that metals are good conductors of heat and electricity. So what you have to do in this activity, you have to, students, recall how to make an electric circuit. To make an electric circuit, we need some electrical components like this electric cell, wires, bulb. These all are electric components, okay, which is used to make the circuit, and this battery, right? So one by one, what you have to do, you have to take some materials. See this table 4.3, you have to take these four materials: iron rod, nail which is metal, sulfur and coal piece, and copper wire. Okay, so what you have to do in this activity, you might have performed the activity with the various objects in class 6. Now repeat this activity with these four materials and observe and group these materials as metals and non-metals. How you will do? You one by one you will place, first you will place this iron nail. Okay, you will these two ends you will connect with the wires. If the bulb will glow, in this case the material is metal because they are good conductors. If bulb will not glow, that means they are non-metals, they are poor conductors of electricity. So you will observe beta, what you will observe, that iron rod, nail and copper wire, they are good conductors, while sulfur and coal piece, these two materials, when you will place these two materials here, then the bulb will not glow. That means this coal piece and sulfur coal piece, yes, coal piece and sulfur, they are poor conductors, and iron rod is good conductor. Copper wire is also good conductor of electricity, right? So by this activity we came to know the second property of metals, that metals, they are good conductors of heat and electricity. Okay, metals, they are good conductors of electricity and therefore they are used for making electric wires. And silver metal is the best conductor of electricity. Copper metal is the next best conductor of electricity, followed by gold, aluminium and tungsten. The electricity wires are made of copper and aluminium metals because they are very good conductors of electricity, right? Now, third property is ductility. This is the third physical property. And what is this property? The property of metals by which it can be drawn into wires. This property is known as ductility. Now, what is the meaning of this ductility? See student, it is a property of metals that allow them to drawn into wires. And metals like copper, silver and aluminium, they can be easily drawn into thin wires. Okay. Now next property is sonorous. Sonorous means metals, they produce sound when they are hit with an object. Okay. Have you ever seen the wooden bells in temples? Can you give reasons why? The things made of metals, they produce a ringing sound when struck hard. Suppose you have two boxes similar in appearance, one made of wood and the other of metal. Can you tell which box is made of metal by striking both the boxes? Yes, we can tell easily, because the metals, if it is metal, that means it will produce sound when hit with an object, and if it is non-metal, it will not produce sound when hit with an object. So since metals, they produce a ringing sound, so they are sonorous. Okay. Now, after performing the above activities, we can say that some materials are hard, lustrous. Lustrous means they shine, malleable, ductile, sonorous and good conductors of heat and electricity. And the material which generally possess these properties are called metals. And examples of metals are iron, copper, aluminium, calcium, magnesium, etc. In contrast, materials like coal and sulfur, they are soft and dull in appearance, and they break down into powdery mass on tapping with a hammer. They are non-sonorous and are poor conductors of heat and electricity, and these materials, they are called non-metals. Okay, and examples of non-metals are sulfur, carbon, oxygen, phosphorus, etc. So students, today we have discussed about the physical properties of metals and non-metals, and we can see some exceptions here. Metals like sodium and potassium, they are very soft. What we have studied, that metals, they are hard, but here are some exceptional cases. Metals like sodium and potassium, beta, they are very soft metals and can be cut with a knife. Metals like this mercury is found generally in the liquid state at room temperature. Normally what we say, that metals, they are hard, that means they exist in the solid state, but mercury is the only metal which exists in liquid state at room temperature. These are some exceptions. Okay, so tomorrow we will study about chemical properties of metals and non-metals. Thank you.